Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge.
All I got is bourbon.
Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Hey, we're back at it with this is actually, I think it's the first brand new release of 2026, at least that is hitting the courtroom. Yes, the first brand new release of 2026 that's hitting the courtroom. So I'm really excited for today. This is the brand new 13th Colony limited release 113 proof straight rye whiskey finished with maple wood spirals. Yes. All right, so I'm really excited for this one. So let's give a little bit of an overview about 13th Colony. I think most people do know about 13th Colony, but if not, they are a NDP, so a non-distilling producing brand based out of Americus, Georgia. You think about 13th Colony, I think about their small batch bourbon, which is excellent. Their small batch rye, excellent. Their single barrels are always fantastic. I did a single barrel pick with them as well, but other stores and other groups have done single barrels with them as well. And then I'll call it the king of the hill for 13th Colony, of course, is their double oak bourbon, right? But fast forward, actually, let's rewind to last year. They came out with this one right here, the 113 proof bourbon, straight bourbon whiskey, finished with maple wood spirals. They came out with this one last year, budget friendly. I think it was like $55, $60, about that price point. Very budget friendly, if you will, from that standpoint. And the quality of the whiskey was amazing, and I mean amazing. I kept thinking, in my head, this is fantastic. They should come out with the same version, but with a rye. And literally, they just did. So this is the brand new, again, 13th Colony, 113 proof straight rye whiskey, finished with maple wood spirals. All right, so I'll put the bourbon back. Let's move the bourbon away. Let's focus on the rye. So this one truly is coming out literally this week. It's coming out mid-February, which is pretty cool. It is a limited release. But let's work into some of the details. All right, so the logistics behind this. So again, coming out this week, mid-February. So from an age standpoint, so this one's aged, it's a blend of anywhere from 5 to 6 year old whiskey. We know the age. We don't know exactly how long the wood spirals were actually in the rye whiskey. That part we don't know. Again, how long the maple wood spirals were in the rye whiskey. So unfortunately, we don't have that, but we do know the age is 5 to 6 years. From a mash bill standpoint, this is a traditional rye. It's a 95.5, so 95% of the blend, if you will, in the mash bill is rye, 5% is malted barley. Again, the proof point is 113, and then when you think about from a MSRP standpoint, so MSRP it's about 63, 64. Let's just call it $65, right? Again, it's going to be a few dollars different depending on which market you find it in, but it's anywhere from 63 to 65 bucks. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. What I love about 13th Colony is they are expanding in terms of their footprint. They were very intentional about that last year. So they're currently in, and this limited release, by the way, will also be in all 16, let's call it markets. It's about 16 different states. I'll say markets because that is inclusive of Washington, D.C., as well as this will also be available on Bourbon Outfitters as well as Sillbox. So they're online partners. So you can get it online. You can also get it in your state if you're in one of those 16 markets. All right, let's get into the nose. Ooh, very nice. So I will say I am happy again that they expanded to 16 markets. They're very intentional from that standpoint. They're not going too crazy and trying to be in all 50 markets, because at some point you might wonder, will the quality change if they expand to like 40, 50 markets? But 16 markets, that means they're still very much focused on quality versus just quantity and trying to get things out. So I appreciate that from 13th Colony. Great job. The nose on this is really, really nice. Oh man, you can tell this is a rye at its core. Even with that maple wood spirals that are in there. I get a good influence of like pepper. Some really good like dark fruits. Almost like a, wow, this is interesting. It's almost like a burnt raspberry and like a plum note, right? Again, it's like because it has that maple wood spiral in there. It almost gives off like a note of like a burnt raspberry meets like a plum kind of a note. Yeah, burnt raspberry, plum, ton of pepper, very peppery. almost like a raisin note. And just a smidge of brown sugar. Not a ton, but a good influence of brown sugar. All right, here we go. Hey, real quick, 3 quick easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. Let me know what are your thoughts on 13th Colony. Whether or not you're interested in this brand new Maplewood Spiral 113 straight rye whiskey. Or also let me know if you tried the original version, the bourbon from last year. Let me know your thoughts. Last but not least, please make sure you all subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notification each and every time I release new content. Cool? All right. Here we go. 113 proof straight rye whiskey finished with Maplewood Spirals. Cheers. Man, that nose is nice. Goodness gracious. All right, we're here to sip whiskey, not nose it, Judge. Ooh. Damn. That's good. Wow. I'm honestly pleasantly surprised. That's really, really good. Wow, let me get another sip. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Oh, wow. Wow. I just had the bourbon last night. Okay, couple things. Number 1, everything in the nose matches the palate, and I mean almost like perfection. From the standpoint of, you get a really good influence of the raisin note, that burnt raspberry, kind of like a plum kind of a note, like those darker fruits, but almost like a burnt version of it, with the raisin, the brown sugar, but at the core, it is a rye, so you get like that pepper note as well. And then the sweetness from the Maplewood Spirals, you get like a sugary note also in the mid end of the palate. At 113 proof, this is probably, honestly, because they're very intentional about, putting this at exactly 113 proof. At 113 proof, it has a nice, long, solid, bold, but not too not too much where like it has too much of that Georgia hug. It is a perfect, nice, long finish. Wow, what's the price on this again? Oh, $63 to $65. Damn, this is pretty good. Let me get one more sip. Okay. So you see, Judge, is this a buy, a do not buy, or a split decision? For me and me only, this is a definite buy. I'm actually going to say, I think this might be slightly better than the bourbon. Here's the reason why. And the bourbon was good. Remember, this was like on one of my favorite budget friendly whiskeys of 2025. But I think the rye is actually better. And I think the reason why, I always will say, 9 out of 10 times, you can finish a rye better than you can finish a bourbon. The sweetness from the Maplewood Spirals, it just interacts very well with the whiskey. This is fantastic. And I mean fantastic. I'm telling you, go and grab a bottle when you see this. You're going to love this pour. Woo! This is dangerous because I can sip this neat or with a cigar. This is extremely, and I mean extremely dangerous. Dangerously good. My only thing is, this for now is a limited release. I pray this becomes a permanent release like his big brother. We shall see. We shall see. All right, my friends, if you stay in the courtroom, peace, cheers, most important, salute. Take care.